I'm dealing with it. You know, I think a majority of my life I've kind of like learned to take in stride things as they come, build, regroup. Um, I've learned, you know what I'm saying, to brace myself in life, just kind of like brace for impact at all times, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just now realizing that you don't have to live life like that. That there are environments that you can create, realities that you can create, where life doesn't have to feel like bumper cars and you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to feel like every day, you know, you're bracing for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, you know, and you never really get to truly live and just breathe and just enjoy being in the skin you're in and the reality you're in and the life you're in, because it seems like every day just something hitting you, something hitting you, something hitting you. There is a space that you can create to do that, you know. But people don't realize that in order for your reality to change, your reality has to change. That's deeper than what you're willing to admit. But your reality has to change. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to lose some family members. You're going to lose some people that are very close to you because you want your reality to change. And if your reality has to change, then certain characters that play a role in your current predicament must be removed. You can't still have old Tutu and old Leroy and them a part of your reality, a part of your sitcom, if you will. You can't continue to have these people be a part of your sitcom if only one narrative is being portrayed in that sitcom. So if you want your sitcom to change, then certain characters have to be removed. They have to be written out of the script. So you have to first of all be willing and ready to lose people close to you if you want your reality to change. Secondly, you got to find something to fill the void. Because if you're creating a story, you're writing a story, remember, we're going to keep it very, very simple. If you're writing a story and the story is your life and you're writing a story, then if you're going to remove things that are toxic and are keeping you in your current predicament, you're going to remove those things, then like any good writer, you want to write something just as good, something just as wholesome in its place. Why? Because an enemy that has been written out of a script that loves that they love the programming that they have. They love playing that role in your life. They love being that destructive element in your life. So when you write them out, it's like a demon. Like they're naturally angry that they've been written out of your script. So if they come back and find that there's nothing filling that script, they're going to come back in and try to dominate. Believe me, you have to fill the void. Meaning, get you something to occupy yourself. Get you something going that keeps you focused on your own new sitcom that you're writing. Focus on this new sitcom. I mean, you have to really put your mind in a space of saying, like, I want this character to be like this. I want this particular man to be like this. That strategic. As though you're writing your own sitcom. But it's your life. The Bible tells us to even write these things. Write the vision. Write it. Get that strategic with it. What type of friends do you want in your life? What type of friend do you want to be? What type of... No, not want to be. What type of friend are you? What type of person are you? Write your character traits down. Even if it doesn't fit you, write it. Speak it out aloud. Because you will start to begin to embody these characteristic traits. You know, because sometimes some people have spoken over us. You ain't nothing but like your daddy. You ain't nothing but like your mama. You a hoe and this blah blah blah. Bitch, you know, sometimes our closest one to us, boyfriend, girlfriends, husbands, wives, has said the most heinous curses over us. You ain't nothing but a whore. You ain't gonna be nothing but a whore. I mean, it's real. And sometimes because that's been the plot that's been told to us in the script over and over again. We've been told what our role is over and over again, even though we don't want to believe it, because nothing else has been spoken about us and our character in this sitcom. We continue to act out these characteristic traits of what has been told to us and spoken over us. So it's important to write out character traits that you want to embody, and that you have to start speaking those things and hearing them in your own ears, so that you begin to embody the traits that you want to have for your personal character. And do the same thing about each of your friends. Some of us have had some of the most toxic relationships with people. We don't want to necessarily write them out of our story, but we want them to change. We want the dynamic of our relationship with them to change so that we can continue to grow. I don't want little Toot to just be that negative nigga that we never can grow and ascend beyond, just... I'm sorry, I had my alarm go off for my chicken. Yeah, I told you. I'm out here grilling. So, but yeah, man, you got to be willing to write in some fill in the void. And fill in the void, and after you fill in the void, make sure you go as deep as character traits that you want to embody. And for those people that we have in our lives that mean something to us, that we don't necessarily want to write them out of our life, but what you can do is write their new character traits and do the same thing for yourself. Next was let go. Let go. When I say let go, be willing to... what the main thing we have to let go is ego, right? And ego is tangled up into all the things of, success in this world, the need to feel, the need to be loved, the need to be... all those things are wrapped up in our ego. You know what I'm saying? We need to be praised. I need to be recognized, man. People need to... and it keeps us in this constant battle with each other, So when I say let go of ego, it's meaning like let go of this need to me have to be out there. Me. It's a thought, a personal identity thing that we have to let go of, because we need to start thinking more collective about everyone and how we're connected to everyone and how everyone is connected to us. But if we keep personalizing me, I gotta grind, I gotta do what I gotta do, I step on who I gotta step on to get right. If you keep that mentality, the universe is never going to give you the desires of your heart. Never. So if you stop thinking and stop thinking about just you and begin letting go of those different, personal things that can take away years of your life and leave you with nothing but frustration. Like say for instance you're trying to become a #1 restaurant guy in the city, or I'll just say, let's put it this way, I'm gonna keep it where what I do music. You want to become the #1 producer in the city, right? And that's, it depends on what kind of city you in, a small city, whatever, but is that too lofty? It could be, but you could spend years trying to accomplish something like that. And then once you do become it, that thing that you've spent years of your life trying to attain, the thing is, like, are you really happy once you get to the top of that? Was this endeavor worth the journey? If I spent most of the time talking negative about my brother I mean, I say my brother, I mean, like, if you got locals, young guys that came up in the city with you, that you spend most of your years competing against, and, quote unquote, then you never get to say, hey man, that was a cool dude though. Instead of competing with him, I should have been spending time with him, learning, growing with him. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know him as a guy, as a person, and not as competition, or not as, he's my competitive edge. He sharpens me. When he does this, I gotta step up. It's like, no, why can't you just congratulate him? You know what I'm saying? Think of how your word of encouragement to him may even help him go further. You know what I'm saying? It's all about pushing each other further, pushing each other further. All the crabs would get out the barrel if everyone stopped trying to grapple for their own route and start putting a hand forward to let each other just get out. You know what I'm saying? But we don't think like that, man. We've been programmed to only think for ourselves, but we can unprogram that shit. We can remove programming, just like you can do on a computer. You can remove certain programming, unlearn that shit. But first of all, you got to be willing to admit that you've been taught wrong. You've been taught wrong, man. We've been taught to think like individual thoughts, and then it's weird. It's like we've been taught to identify as an individual, but then as an individual, the system collectively tells us how to think, which is such a mind fuck. It's really weird. It gives you the impression that you have this patriotic personality that nobody else has. Like you're just this patriot you shine above the rest, but not really realizing you have been programmed just like the rest to be this patriotic person, to think that you individually have this mindset. That's what's the crazy fucked up thing about it. You know, if you listen to any of social media, any media right now, any network that is spouting stuff about politics, then I'm sorry, you're being lied to. It's cool. I mean, it's cool. We've all been lied to some degree. You know, we've all been lied to. We've all been deceived. But you know, now's the time for us to start thinking with this marvelous brain that we've been gifted in this vessel. It's capable of some amazing things, but you have to realize there's so many things that's going around that is trying to keep you from using it. So many things set up that we think that we feel safe in. We feel safe in our religions, but our religions tell us how to think. And because God said, but God has never actually in your personal ears, in your whole entire existence, said anything to you regarding those scriptures. He never came to you audibly, and if he did, you're lying. I'm sorry. I've been in church all my life. God has never come to me and dictated the scriptures to me, telling me this is what God said and this is what I've never had an experience like that. I just had situations told to me through someone on the pulpit, just like everybody else has. Nobody here has had a supernatural experience where angels came down and dictated the scriptures and told you these scriptures are legitimate and confirmed by the Holy Ghost. That has not happened to any of us. So, I mean, we are being told how to think. You know, like, even asking questions is thought to be sinful, which is crazy. You know, when you really think about it, it's crazy. But now's the time to start letting go of all that stuff, man. Fill in the void, put those character traits, and watch how it changes, you know, and speak those good things about yourself. You know, like I said, those character traits about yourself, start speaking them out every day about how you want to be, even how you want your body to look. You know, your character may just have a complete makeover because you decided to go ahead and write the story, change the plot, and believe it. Read it back to yourself and believe that shit. Start to become the character that you want to see yourself create in your new sitcom, starring you. This is the time, and this is the season, you guys. If you want something to change in your life, you can change it. You can change it right now. Alright? So, hope this blesses somebody. It's time for me to get back to my grilling. My little Hashitashi grill. So, we about to have us a good time on this chicken. But in the meantime, you guys enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. Do the work, babe.